let's just start with the first one. The idea is to not necessarily rank all the weapons, but specifically the ones that are very good at specific things in the game. And the first one, I mean, the most basic one that will probably show up the most is just general wave clear of strikers, like some mix of shooters in the wave. Not like close up, like not in the close quarters range where like combat shotgun and co definitely pop off and all, but also not lined up. Just general waves. You have like a semi-open room. You have to deal with the enemy waves in any way. What are the best options you can think of for picking there?
Hellgun, Hellrevo. Hellgun, Hellrevo are the two.
Yeah, Hellgun definitely, even without the pen. You're comparing it to like what? Revolver, which I think you could argue about as well.
Oh no, you get 10% less ammo.
Oh yeah, I guess like minimum.
Hellgun and Revolver are definitely up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's Revolver. Revolver in spread situations, you don't care so much about missing pen, you're just hitting headshots. Great.
I mean, but even in spread situations, I don't think it's that hard to get like lines. Even on accident, you're gonna get lines.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sure.
I think the advantage Hellrevo, like both are really good there, and I think the advantage Hellrevo actually would have in such a scenario over Hellgun is obviously no charge up, which might make like a little flick a bit easier, and having considerably better reload speed, which doesn't really matter though for this case, honestly. But yeah, Hellgun, Revo.
I feel like an argument can be made for PR in the same line as Revo.
I would not put PR in the highest tier for this.
Okay, maybe very good, but
very good, yeah.
That's very good.
I think the biggest issue is actually that you get tunnel vision whenever you scope with it. Like you don't know what's going on outside of your scope very quickly whenever you do it. So you actually lose awareness. Yeah, also shooter bullets.
I think PR is only decent.
Yeah, shooter projectiles.
It's very nice if you have them only from one direction for like PR shooting, but if they're split out, you don't notice enemies coming, you get a shooter bullet that staggers you, and you don't see it. Like with a Revo, you're not gonna zoom as much, but you at least see when something's coming, can do a sidestep, maybe a quick flick more easily.
Yeah, the shooter bullets are such a downside, I forgot about that. Ugh.
Yeah, I would say PR would be up there if you have a much longer sideline, like a reactor, but if you're just doing sort of mid-distance, yeah, it's not gonna outdo things like Hellgun and Revolver.
I think something that is decent for like this mid-range scenario where you only want to shoot one enemy most of the time, maybe it's like a second one close or behind it, would be heavy assault rifle and like Arbalist, because you can shoot one target down pretty quickly. You're not as like reliable as maybe Hellgun or Revo, like one tap or like an easy two tap, but you don't struggle on that range, but you still have like the punch to kill stuff decently easily, and you don't lose awareness.
Yeah, I can see that.
Out of those two, I would rank heavy assault rifles slightly higher, mainly because of reload speed.
Oh, right.
I don't know
How long
if
does it take to reload
breaks
Arbalist
them
now?
in different tiers. Arbalist takes 2.38 seconds to reload cancel, longer than Hell Rifle.
I feel like another one that definitely fits into good, maybe even not absolute, actually maybe even absolute best is High Cal, and like it's decent enough on like mid-range. You're not gonna get the pen, but you're way quicker at dealing with stuff than with Hell Rifle. You don't have the painfully long downtime.
In terms of this being a realistic, just a general wave scenario, are we including the possibility of there being just like one giant in the wave?
Yeah, it's just a very normal scenario. That's like the most common.
Just like the typical wave population in just a typical room.
Like a scout wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say expecting on average one giant per wave is reasonable, so take that into account.
Yeah. I think a Revo should probably go down a tier.
Yeah.
It's just not flexible
In that case,
enough.
I would put Revo down. It doesn't deal with the giant.
I think Sniper belongs in either niche or don't.
I think if we definitely talk with the giant, High Cal would personally be above Revolver even. Like, you don't need as much skill.
Yeah, agreed.
But you can deal with giants very well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the situation, in terms of this being a realistic situation, is just a scout wave has gone off, the call has gone out, 3 people are killing the room, I need to go solo hold the wave. I don't get to pick my room because I have like 2 seconds to get in a position. And I get to pick my weapon.
if it's that situation, then I feel like combat shotgun and pump shotgun are really good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I feel like they're really good at general wave clear.
Yeah, the thing is, they play around the close quarter combat more, but we can definitely include that in the mix for normal one, you know? Just you need
you
to
could
play
just
them close quarter.
range.
You could just turn any of those situations into CQC then.
I think both like choke mod and like Hell Rifle would not really go into a good tier. You don't.
I put them in decent though.
I think choke mod's decent. But honestly, Hell Rifle probably is well because it's got 5 shots and
the wave.
Decent reload.
Yeah, you delete like singular targets. You need to move around more than with like the weapons above, just due to how little you have per mag.
Hot take incoming. Scattergun is still decent in this scenario.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I'd argue
you just delete 2 per
for this, it's a niche.
And you delete 4 of the wave, which is the same as choke mod or Hell Rifle.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd still argue it's kind of a very niche because you do it, but if the scenario doesn't open up for whatever reason, you're not able to actually get the value. You need to play for that scenario.
I think you are, and also if we're assuming the enemies are all spread out, it's probably an open area. And even then, even if you can't get that value, we're also assuming Frank is here, so it's gonna do great against him.
That's true. Which this is just generic, like normal wave, like 1 giant, few shooters, strikers, general wave clear.
Yeah.
You also delete the giant.
That's true. Yeah, the giant probably buffs it up to decent. You just completely invalidate that quicker and better than any other weapon. Like sniper is obviously immune.
Let's get sniper down and down. Let's get that over
Let's
with.
just get that down. I honestly think burst cannon.
Put short rifle down there as well.
Burst cannon's more niche.
I think it's either. I think it's niche. I think an argument could be made for decent, but not without the 5 mag.
I know you meant it's like a short rifle bad argument, but honestly, if you're only fighting smalls and maybe 1 giant, short rifle isn't that bad. Like it's not good, but you have the damage output. You have the ammo and reload speed to actually kill the wave. You're not gonna be great at it. Like you're not gonna melt through stuff easily or like stagger and keep yourself alive easier, but it's decent at least in my opinion.
I feel like if you're in a chaotic situation, like we're talking about, then short rifle is the worst because you need stagger. Stagger is super important.
Just having stagger just really kind of puts it in the bin in terms of like being able to actually control a wave. Like I know you can kill it, but heavy AR just does kind of what it does, but a little bit better, a lot bit better.
I mean, the worst is the thing. What I argue against here, because if you are in that scenario, would you rather have it than like obviously sniper? No, even with a burst cannon, I would rather have a short rifle if I had to deal with the normal wave and just the normal wave. Like the moment other like more giants come in or like scouts and everything, or I just want to be of use for everything else. But the short rifle, this is like it's technically best scenario, right? Like it doesn't get better for this weapon.
Yeah, and the weapon's trash. That's the point.
Actually,
it's definitely not the worst, but it's definitely better than other options. I agree. I would take short rifle over burst cannon or stuff like that. Burst cannon wouldn't be bad if it's a small corridor, because then you can easily get a lot of multi-kills with it. But if we're out in the open or just a general situation, it's not consistent enough. That's the issue with it. Short rifle doesn't matter, spread out or close together. It can still at least do its job. So
yeah, I feel like they should be on the same tier still.
Like, yeah, I do too. I think short rifle and burst cannon should be in the same.
The problems with the burst cannon of not being able to relieve pressure, like in a tight spot, I think short rifle has the exact same problem.
Actually, maybe hot take. I don't know. I feel like Veruda belongs in good at least.
Yeah, I was just want to ask if we want to put both machine guns in like either good or the top of decent, because they're not great at it, but they have damage output at least.
For me, at least, here's my pitch as a very long-time Veruda user. I think that in terms of this situation, where you've got like strikers, a couple shooters, and a giant at like a decent range, you're gonna be really easily able to just hold down the trigger or burst fire it just constantly at like a couple enemies, however close they get to, keep them at bay, kill them, and also if the giant tries to lick you, you can just blast him in the head a couple times, stagger him. I honestly think Veruda's great in this situation, but definitely not the best, obviously, but
I would personally probably put both at the top of decent. The charge up is a negative compared to like heavy assault rifle. You do have stagger on the Varuda, but that just evens out that your lower damage is lower. And you're not as snappy, plus longer reloads than like heavy AR. And for the shotguns, I do actually tend to agree with Ray. I think specifically shotgun itself has enough effective range on like one-shots, plus it has a very, very good reload for like solo situations like this, and would unironically make it a very good choice. And I just don't know where to rank combat shotgun in that sense, because the weapon is cracked if you get close, but you're not gonna have any value outside of close range.
Like, we can put it in good then, in that case, because just good.
Combat shotgun, you're kind of just the last line of defense of, alright team, you take care of them from a distance. The moment anything gets close, I'll stagger it or kill it myself. But if you're trying to help out from a distance, then yeah, you got nothing to really contribute.
Good, maybe like bottom of good, just to value range slightly, or it's like top of decent, depending on what our criteria for the list is. But either way, it's like pretty similar.
If it's chaotic situation or just like general combat, I feel like combat shotgun is absolute best in like all of those situations. Like I feel like it only falls off in like reactors and longer range, like where you're intentionally holding enemies at a longer distance.
The next one is what I already talked about earlier, like just close quarter combat. Your enemies are in your face, you have to deal with them right now, they're about to basically lick you all the time. Don't really get the ability to like aim down sights, but they stack up obviously on you. The obvious one for like the scenario as itself, combat shotgun, machine gun maybe. The combat shotgun is definitely, personally the best. It's just nothing close to it, outside of maybe Varuda, if you really want to like hold stuff. But combat shotgun kills better than Varuda in this case as well. But personally, I still really enjoy having a Varuda if I fear like against strikers mostly, not like big enemies yet, coming close to you.
Anything else in absolute best?
I don't really think so. Maybe heavy AR, but I think it's more a good pick.
Maybe regular shotgun?
I feel like heavy AR, you go through ammo incredibly quickly. You're shooting a lot, so I would say, yeah, not at the top of the list.
Oh yeah, scattergun. Scattergun would be great.
I don't think it'd be great. I think it'd be good. I don't think it'd be great.
I'm gonna put hell shotgun for the main, for the like the main weapons.
Also, it still says general wave clear.
Oh yeah, oh god, that thing didn't update. That's great.
This is gonna be fun.
But if we want to go to like decent, like niche even, I think scattergun, while it absolutely gives you breathing room, you're obviously not getting much out of it unless you like get some cracked angle. But it's definitely good enough where it's not just a shot in the dark.
I think it's good. I mean, I don't know. I consistently can get at least 2 strikers with a scatter shot, like whenever I'm close to a wave. I don't know.
I think the issue is the reload.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, reloading it's a pain.
It has like it definitely gives you good value, but it's not like as effective as if you had dedicated wave clear in close quarter.
I think Haikel is still good here.
Yeah, I wanted to run it on some names which I think are definitely good. It's like, personally, shotgun, heavy assault rifle, hellgun, and arbalist. All of them either like hellgun, you still get penned if the enemies are that bunched up. You have enough bullets in the mag to melt through a lot of them, but you're not gonna get the value a combat shotgun has unless they really line up for you. And with like shotgun, like same as high cal, you get a lot of value here. Can burst the wave incredibly well. Like arbalist is a low value version of Varuda in this case. Did I miss anything?
I feel like shotgun should be best here.
Yeah, I think it's best here. I think
you get multi-target for stagger.
Oh,
you do insane damage.
You can even get regular double kills on this scenario quite easily if you aim at the right spots.
I think Reaver's still good here.
Yeah.
Revo? Yeah.
I think Revo's still good, especially with that reload.
And I think you can rank short rifle as decent because you're not going to stagger anything, but you can just, if you have enough click speed, not auto clicker, you're killing enough enemies in your face that you're at least providing that damage plus good reload, but it's not good unless you really, really don't have any other weapon choice. But there's so many that just do it better.
I'd say it's decent at best, yeah.
So, I think choke mod would be either, probably around decent or good too. It could probably, it can like quickly at least eliminate 4 of them.
Yeah, I think choke's decent.
Yeah, I'd say it's good. I'd say it's good.
Definitely not better than the others for shots.
Yeah, no, it's not because less ammo and
so,
lower capacity, or the choke part of it actually.
I think it's very similar to burst cannon.
You're definitely doing single target.
I think it's very similar to burst cannon. You're very likely to get like 2 kills, 3 kills. But burst cannon gets the same, and it's easy to burst cannon like actually rack up stuff. It's just that burst cannon has pauses in between stuff. I mean, the next one, unless again, if anybody wants to bring up something, I'm gonna try to like speed up some stuff. Next one should be pretty obvious. Reactor holds, or like mostly normal. So it can also be like any other stuff. Reactor holds.
All right, put the hell weapons in S tier. Put all the hell weapons in S tier.
Let me.
Yeah, for top reactor holds, you really can't argue that Hellgun or hell weapons aren't good.
Yeah, you cannot beat those. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think Veruda's probably like good or near best. I don't think any, but like nothing really can hold a candle to Hell Rifle and Hellgun.
Yeah, I feel like the best weapons after those will probably be like lower tier of good compared to them. And personally, if I can't take Hellgun or Hell Rifle, you could argue for like niche cases of combat shotgun and shotgun. If you can get an angle that's like short enough, they actually do melt waves very easily. I think.
I think PR is good for.
Yeah. Oh, true. PR, because you're not as.
I remember I see a lot of people that would solo hold with PR.
You can hold a lot of waves if you have the aim.
Yeah.
I was gonna say PR and Veruda, I think, can be up there.
Honestly, if I'm not taking a hell weapon and I know I'm doing reactor, precision rifle is usually one of the go-tos, just because it works really well. You don't have to really worry about shooting projectiles as long as decent distance, and the reload won't really hurt you too much either.
Yeah.
I'd say revolver could also be fairly decent. I would say not as good as precision rifle, though, honestly.
Yeah, we'll probably have a bit of a tier gap, and maybe just PR is a good, and then Revo down and decent. And we can put stuff like IPL in there as well.
What about burst cannon?
Oh yeah,
I think burst cannon is good.
Yeah, that
you also have to deal with giant. While we're on that, actually, I would put sniper in decent. Because I feel like if you're...
Wouldn't Sniper be the perfect example of niche? Because you're only there for hybrids and giants, nothing else.
I know, I think it's decent simply because reactors... I don't think there's any reactor that doesn't throw giants at you at some point. I don't think there's a single reactor that has not thrown a giant at you.
The thing is, there's so many other weapons nowadays which deal with the giants, at least in a good way, like Hell Rifle, Burst Cannon, Choke Mod, well, even Scattergun.
But like it is super like on a bridge.
I don't even think of sniper being good for giants turn reactors. I think its true place it shines would be hybrids, honestly.
Yeah.
I think if a reactor on a hybrids, having a sniper is a really good idea.
Yeah, ranged giants are kind of annoying to take out without a sniper. I think it can be at the bottom of decent.
I think it's still like the only place in the game where sniper you could justifiably take sniper and not be trolling.
Like hybrids and chickens, honestly, but those never appear.
I think in the same way we should probably put stuff like choke mod and all the full autos into decent.
Yeah, choke mod's pretty decent.
Like, I think all the spammy weapons have a similar, like they're decent. You don't really want to spam them down the line unless it like really gets close. But you're not painfully aware that you have like a Veruda machine gun during a reactor if you need to wait for clear smalls on it.
I mean, you can. I still think that the charge up isn't like as bad, but
Well, for Reactors, you don't really notice anyway. Like you charge up when you see stuff, and you don't charge up when you don't.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you just like burst it down the line of fire, and it just takes out various enemies.
Mm-hmm. Anyone got any hot takes left to give, or do we want to go to the next one real quick?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that's pretty much done.
Giants.
Yeah. Good. I literally can't even see what most of these weapons are in on my phone, so I'll assume you guys make judgments.
Giants. Oh boy.
As in, it doesn't have to be like major giant waves, but you're encountering a decent amount of giants, or like a giant era, or like hybrid era.
All right, put it in an S tier. You know exactly which gun.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. What are you saying?
It's
Eva, literally, it's
scatter.
the giant killer. S is for scattergun.
The immediate thing I'm gonna say is if it's a bunch of giants, I'd rather take scattergun and or burst cannon before I take sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think burst cannon and sniper probably bring out the good tier,
Mm-hmm.
Where's the sniper there?
I think
and then a bit of a tier gap.
Burst cannon, but it's 2 shots and it kills, assuming you land them all. So what? How many kills is that per mag? That's almost
3.
That's 3 kills. Yeah, so that's gonna outdo sniper because I'm pretty sure you can do all those shots with a burst cannon before you get the 2 off with sniper and reload.
Also,
So-
it reloads faster, so.
That's not
Yeah.
good. You can kill faster with sniper, but you have more downtime in between those kills. While burst cannon, it depends. Like I think they're very close, and that's why both being in good is fine.
Yeah, I would just say put burst above sniper just because.
Oh, I'm not
No, like above
ranking
it
too much
but
here
I
for
really
this, unless there's like a major
I feel like
thing.
I feel like shotgun is decent here. Like, it's obviously not the best, but if there's a bunch of giants being thrown at you, it can at least deal with them.
Also, Ray, you wanted to say something. Sorry, that I just heard that pop up.
I think that Hell Rifle should go in absolute best. Specifically because if you have a lot of giants at once, Hell Rifle is like the best way to
True.
line them up, clear them out.
Yeah.
I feel like there are like multiple places in the game where you might want to do that even.
Yeah, and because giants are so slow, it's very easy to do so as well. It's not like you're painting to get like that perfect lineup. It's just, okay, yeah, they're standing this way, I just move 2 meters to the right, boom, next shot.
Yeah.
And you can always do like 1 shot just to stagger it so it actually stands in place and then do a quick reposition to line up as well, which is.
And I think this also kind of points for Hellgun. It's definitely not as good. Less range, you need more bullets obviously per giant, which kind of balance out with ammo, but
I think maybe decent for Helga.
yeah.
Hellgun would be decent. Yeah.
I think other weapons for decent would be like shotgun, high cal, and maybe choke mod.
Choke mod. Yeah.
I think
And
shotgun's
then
still there.
everything else is not that notable.
Yeah, you just don't really want to use those in like scenarios with lots of them. They just don't kill. Combat shotgun, you could argue, is also decent, but you need to get very close.
I think
I think it's more niche.
shotgun and combat shotgun are probably pretty similar as like
Yep.
niche-ish.
And then the rest is just spammy weapons. I'm not gonna put them. I'm just gonna put them all in niche because they're not really don't. You just not using them usually.
For niche, I think I would knock down PR, Revo, and probably Har. I feel like short rifle and the MGs, I think what mostly goes for them is that you're not technically wasting ammo if you need to shoot a giant with them. You could maybe bump Revo just because it has so much ammo, but it is like
It doesn't
it's
get the
very
stagger.
it's very
painful.
slow, and yeah, the stagger axis is not good.
Mm-hmm.
You also can't shoot super fast. Like you can shoot very fast if you control and know it, but you can't just bam 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 like precision rifle, because you're gonna go to the ceiling very quickly, and then you reload again. After giants, the next enemy also run on 1 charges. I don't think it really changes much from the top for like Reactor Holds, because guess there's 2 weapons which absolutely decimate any amount of charger population. Hell Gun and Hell Rifle. I personally consider Hell Rifle better because you can kill them at any range realistically.
Mm-hmm.
What are other decent weapons like choke mod, high cal
Shotgun.
pistol? I think
Shotgun's pretty good.
I think
And
choke mod is
high cal.
at best decent because you need to be that close.
Yeah.
Like you
Some
can't
are
miss
just
pellets.
regular pump. I think pump's good, right?
It's just you can miss the one shot so
It's a
easily.
range. You missed the one shot.
I mean, sniper goes down the drain. Like, you don't want to shoot charges with Revo, precision rifle, sniper unless you absolutely have to, which personally just feels like a do not shoot.
Actually, I think the MGs kind of go a little bit up in my take here. I would put them in decent. Maybe not Arbalest and Ha. I think Arbalest and Ha are probably still niche, but I think
Alright, they don't one-shot stagger.
with just like
Is
ammo spam, very good stagger access.
You can actually stagger a lot of them very quickly.
Really? Oh, right. I just always whip out the hell shotgun. Right. Okay, I guess it is decent.
After charges
Alright.
is something where I want to discuss main weapons as well, specifically, which is flyers. Such a niche enemy that doesn't come up that often, but
Yeah.
it has a very weird damage profile, and there's one weapon that again stands out at least above most others. It's just Hellgun. One, you can easily spawn camp them. You have the exact amount of damage you want to one tap in a decent range, and if they have the eye open, you obviously kill at all ranges. Plus, you have more ammo than other weapons here. I think I would move Hell Rifle one down, and then have choke mod and high cal pistol in the same tier, unironically, because they.
Wait. If
good.
they have the eye open, wait, the small ones open and close their eye?
Yeah,
yeah.
when the eye glows, you do more damage.
I
Well, when
did
you
not
put
know
the eye.
that. I thought you just always did more damage to that.
Oh.
That's crazy. Ain't no way.
Yeah, if it's not glowing, then the eye is closed.
Well, no, it's just for I guess for me it's because there's no like eyelid animation, so I assumed it was always open. That's crazy, man.
Ever notice that the eye doesn't glow nearly as much when it's
No, I
full
mean
closed?
I do. I just assumed because there was no like animation for it closing, like with the shockers. Like I just assumed that it was just the same weak spot, just not glowing. Because like when a shooter glows and fires a projectile, that's not affecting its weak spot. I assume the same thing for flyers. That's crazy.
What?
I guess
Oh,
that actually kind of tracks now with my damage. Man, that's whack.
I just
meltdown.
put some stuff down of like what I think. I'm a bit unsure about shotgun due to range.
I think shotgun is decent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has like just enough range and enough extra damage that you can actually kind of pop them if you need to.
For a while, it was my favorite pick in R6C1 solos because you actually could kill the waves very easily, but also the flyers. Back in OG, obviously, not alt, where you have so many more options.
That's crazy, man.
And I think heavy assault rifle is the only full auto that has enough control and damage that you can actually shoot them, like tap fire very easy, while the charge up makes it very annoying on both machine guns.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think snipers niche here. I think snipers
Unless
don't.
we're including like big flyers, in which case that is its niche.
Yeah.
It's great for that.
We could say they are as common as they are usually, which is basically you never see them, but they could show up and probably will one or two over the course of a full level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Well, as
like-
in if you're kind of informing your gun choice by the presence of flyers, then it's like a level with a lot of flyers, which is probably a level with big flyers.
Well, no, because I don't think in like half the levels they show up in an R8, like B4 and D2. I don't think there's any shockers in there.
There's none.
Same with like all the R6 levels.
They show up
that
in R8
before
B2
extension.
at the extraction, which doesn't matter. You're not gonna. I mean, you take for
I
different
think
reasons.
armored
but-
flyers only show up in like 6 levels total.
They show up in 2 extension levels in R6. R7. Are they in B3? They're in B3. Yeah, they're in B3.
C2, E1.
C2, but there's like 2 in each. And
Well,
except
that's
for
the thing about
E1.
R7B3 too. They only show up, I think, one time. Like I only see
Mhm.
one shocker
I think
in that
I think
entire
one
level.
spawns. Yeah.
I think the most common one.
Unironically, it is one of the least used enemies in the game, which I think is actually a
Yeah.
shame because I think they've got great potential if used properly, but they're barely even used.
But Kraken.
Absolute best would probably
Oh.
be sniper, PR.
Nah, man,
And-
scattergun all the way.
Hell Rifle.
Hell Rifle isn't that good. People forget it has
what?
slow fire rate
Oh, crap.
and bad precision.
Bad precision mod, right?
I think you're kind of sleeping on burst cannon in this scenario. You need to be at like 60 meters before the fall off is mattering for burst cannon versus PR. Like that's when they become even at DPS.
Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't contribute much to the tier list, but just saying, as someone who has tried short rifle against Kraken, my poor fingers.
It is very bad,
I
yeah.
think-
It also doesn't have the range. Like, honestly, most weapons just kind of fall into... Obviously, the shotguns fall into don't. You're only shooting for, like, very close range scenarios. Okay, the next enemy is another new one. The Nightmares.
Oh god.
I mostly mean the Nightmare Strikers with this.
Nightmare.
As in, like, but it's the same scenario as, like, normal waves for other enemies. It's just Nightmare Strikers, either close, either whatever. You just want to deal with them, like with charges.
Mm-hmm. So we can move
Hell
Sniper to the other
Rifle.
side of the list.
Yeah, Hell Rifle,
Nightmares.
Hellgun.
Hellgun, I would say, is pretty good, as someone who's used it a fair amount against them.
I'm not finding
Isn't-
the weapons, man.
Isn't PR
Honestly,
pretty good?
Scattergun
Hell
is
Rifle's
pretty good.
True.
Where's Hell Rifle?
Hell
There
Rifle
it
is
is.
third.
You deleted it.
I think
that
Hell
I think there's a tier between Hell Rifle and Hellgun. I think Hell Rifle is probably like the only weapon that's absolute best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
think
say, 'cause-
specifically for two reasons. One, you can one-shot on Tomb, obviously. But there's only one synergy in the game which has double pen, and if you body shot, you still get absolute peak power output. Hell Revo and Hell Rifle, if you get any lineups, means you kill everything as long as you're shooting. Because if you hit a body shot, you just quick swap to Hell Revo. If you hit anything behind, you just quick shot with Hell Rifle again, and you kill both enemies very easily. If you hit any crit spots with Hell Rifle, they die anyway.
I also think High Cal is pretty good here.
Yeah.
I
You
think
get those
same goes for
weak
Choke
points.
Mod. Choke Mod actually has an easier time hitting the weak spot than like high Cal.
What about what is Revo's?
No.
Does it
No.
does not one tap? Okay. No, I was just asking for damage, but
Honestly, I think PR is better for this because you're more likely to shoot at high range and get the crit spots. But at best, PR is like decent, but even that is, yeah.
I think Scattergun's decent, at least. Once again, it benefits with the high damage it has. You can just drop it into a wave and pick up like 2 or 4 kills.
I think other choices are like Veruda Machine Gun being a decent choice if you're just trying to do something. You're staggering enough if you hit the weak spots. Same for like Combat Shotgun. Shotgun is surprisingly good in its range, similar to like Choke Mod. Unless you miss pellets. And Burst Cannon
I think,
also does pretty
Veruda's-
well.
I think
Veruda's decent, not niche. The stagger, because the Nightmares have such a higher stagger multiplier and you can't limb break them, having a weapon with a high stagger damage actually
You can't limb
matters
break?
like significantly. No,
I'm learning so many things today.
But I think the only weapon that really goes in between these tiers personally is like heavy AR. Arbalist just feels too slow. Short Rifle no stagger sucks ass. And Revo is very weak, and obviously Sniper. I mean, unironically, I would rather have a Sniper in some scenarios than like a Revo against them, but both are pretty freaking no.
I think it's worth doing the main weapons for Nightmares.
Yeah.
Put them down so we can see it more clearly.
Yippee!
Main weapon, I would honestly say Hell Auto Pistol is good.
Yeah.
Not for really killing, but if you want to stagger a Nightmare, there's no other like real primary weapon that's going to be great at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
At least not consistent.
This is the use case for Hell Auto, essentially.
It is, yeah. Because those things just rush you down, and they.
Is it
way too
absolute
much
best
damage.
though? Because
I'd say it's the absolute best.
I'd say
Along
so.
with
I'd say it's the
primary?
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is like the one time where one of the only times where Hell Revo is actually outdone by Hell Auto Pistol.
I think you should still put Hell Reaver on absolute best. One, it has the best synergy in this, like, same for our rifle, just turn around. It's weaker alone, but you're still very likely to get a lot of value alone, but it has the synergy that no other weapons has on the same level. But I can definitely see
3-shot stagger though.
Yeah.
3-shot stagger. And it punches you for 32.
The other thing too is like, yeah, it does good damage, but when you have like multiple of them coming after you, keeping them at bay is probably better, because the moment you get even one or two of them standing on top of you, you're basically kiss your butt goodbye. Like, you're gonna die quickly. Hell Revolver's not bad at killing them, but it can't keep multiple of them at bay. You're just gonna get overrun.
Hell Shotgun should be an absolute best. It's great against them, I think, because what's its precision multiplier again? It's pretty high, right?
Is it?
It's the same as Scattergun, I think. No, it's higher.
That would be minimal.
It's 0.74.
Yeah, it's the lowest. Well, unless you count the 0.73 weirdness.
The typical.
I think the pen and the stagger and the spread of all the bullets of the pellets really make Hell Shotgun kind of shine against Nightmares, especially if you can pull a choke.
Yeah. Ava, one thing I'll mention. I think you might be where I was, like a little bit ago. I think that Hell Shotgun feels really bad against Nightmares when you first start using it, because you're so used to just the one-shot stagger on Strikers and that kind of playstyle. Can't do that against Nightmares. You really are just like 2 shots. If you're going for a stagger, it's like a 2-shot, or you're just like spamming the wave much more often.
I think but
when you're doing that, it's great.
The benefit of Hell Shotgun, I think, changes for Nightmares versus other enemies. It's not just about stagger anymore. It shines because it has so much damage in the magazine, especially when there's a lot of Nightmares.
Is there anything else that's even good against Nightmares?
I was thinking if Slug Shotgun would be nice, but I don't even think you can one-shot with the crit spot, can you?
I don't think so.
I can imagine True furiously typing right now.
1+1. Alright, I need to type this.
I mean, it needs
my spreadsheet.
It would need to have a massively high crit multi, like 0.9 or something.
Nah, it doesn't one-shot. It doesn't one-shot. It's 1+1.
Yeah, it would need
it
one
does
of 0.9.
Get the stagger in one shot though, which is kind of nice.
Does it?
Yeah.
I still think its shot delay is just way too high to.
I think this automatic makes it good though, because you safely 2-taps them every time with like just body shots. You'd stagger. I don't think another bad choice against Nightmares. I didn't even think about that. And because most main weapons don't kill more than 3 at any point, unless you like Hell Shotgun cracked. So you're working with like that, and that's precisely what Slug Shotgun does. And you don't even care about the fall off as much, because you slightly overkill. And if you hit any weak point, you massively overkill very quickly on 2 shots. So actually, pretty good choice. Is there anything else
the main weapons
isn't just like...
I think like the only thing that gets into decent is like pistol.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe pistol.
And then I don't know, like carbine. You just spam it.
You could argue rifle. Rifle's the same as pistol, isn't it? Like even higher stagger in a sense. Or same as rather, not higher.
Yeah, gotta start on that though. Whatever.
How does DMR fare out of curiosity?
Should be like Hell Revo, just no pen.
Yep.
I think
so probably decent.
It's like you're not really gonna shoot them. You'd rather use a special.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in general against these things, yeah.
And the next one is normal scouts and shadow scouts in a sense.
I really thought you were gonna say BB2s, but
no. I'm not summoning TCV yet.
Oh, nice, easy S tier.
Okay, can somebody scout this man outside of the premises, please?
What did he say? I didn't even hear what he said.
Gladly.
Nice. Is what Scalar said.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will gladly escort him out.
Can we put Veruda in niche because it can kill scouts?
A lot of weapons can. We're not gonna go over the ability.
Yeah, no, like almost every weapon can kill a normal scout.
Yeah.
I think that the interesting thing is, what is the absolute best choice? I think it is burst cannon.
I was gonna say
You don't even need to hit head.
stay. Well, yeah, but I was also, if you...
Maybe Chokebot is arguable in that sense, because you can very easily double tap over similar ranges.
True. But I think if you have like the distance as well as the control of the weapon to just hit 2 pellets, you're killing it so far with
also
very little aim.
I think if we're just talking normal, I'm going to add Shadow Scouts to the name because it's precisely the same anyway in a sense. Shadow Scouts. We have to move that a bit. But if we just talk normal and Shadow Scouts, a lot of weapons might have... Well, same thing, yeah. Honestly, they're different because you can kill them with like Hellgun and Bat from the front. But Precision Rifle definitely isn't a bad choice. It has damage fallout though, which is like it's real negative.
Like the meters still though.
Isn't it like how long is this change?
Like you kill scouts at what range? No longer with no Oki? You do like 30
it has 30 to 70, which
it should be like around what, 40 something meters, 50 meters maybe.
That's pretty far. I don't know many situations where you'll be out of range with PR.
It has happened before. Like big donut rooms are a common scenario.
Sniping across the room.
And
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then
flashbacks to
just get closer.
I cry.
For context, a full tile is 64 units. So if you're in like a big room with a scout and you're shooting across it, PR will not kill.
Yeah.
I think that keeps it
if
from
you get like a
best.
little closer though.
In realistic scenarios, it's probably the best normal scout shadow scout killer, but you have limitations that say sniper doesn't have. And I think no other weapon.
Definitely the best shadow scout killer. That's for sure. Because
what other weapons are there that are? I mean, I probably can move high cal now to like. I'm just gonna move like decent weapons.
Scattergun's probably still in good.
I mean, it can kill him with like their scattergun weapons that can reliably kill them from the front, basically.
And keep in mind with shadow scouts, you don't really have to care about where the head is. You just kind of blast in its general direction and kill it.
I mean, what is the best? I think I'm still thinking about what True said there because it's. I don't know.
I still think it's PR because even if it's across the room, like if you account for that, not only is it a reliable one shot, but also shadow scouts. Like it's just a hands down best thing against shadow scouts.
If we're talking just scouts, I feel like sniper and hell rifle are the best two. Because it's specifically if you're in a situation where you need to shoot a scout that is really far away from you, and you need to do it from anywhere in the room, like if you just enter the room and you need to shoot it, sniper and hell rifle are like the two picks to do that.
Yeah, like if something woke up and you have to hit the scout from across the room, yeah.
Or even just like if you're intentionally like, I remember in R4C3, this was an issue where we needed somebody to pick off the scout past the main bulkhead.
Oh yeah, that's also another scenario where it can happen.
Like having the range to do that is like really the only case where you would want like a specific weapon for scouts.
I think having precision rifle in the same tier as them would still be fair if you consider shadow scouts. And even normal scouts, you get some slight utility in like specific rooms. You don't need bio as much to figure out where stuff is if it's unpinged, which, albeit rare, is the utility you have. But I think Chokebot and Burst Cannon are very similar. They both offer the value of like medium range body shot kills practically every time. And I'm just not sure if I would rate high cal on the same or if I would rate high cal more on the decent, because it does have far worse range than like Chokemod and Hell Rifle do.
I think anything that backheads probably goes to niche. Revo, combat, maybe combat shotgun.
Hellgun for sure.
I think you can keep combat shotgun at the bottom. Yeah, if you're close enough to combat shotgun it, you could just hit it with your melee.
Going from that to the next, Charger Scouts. Different enemy, but common enough to differentiate personally.
Burst Cannon Scatter.
Yeah, baby.
I think you can still have Choke Mod in the ST as well, right? Like, You're not as free as those two, but you actually have more precise nature than not buff scatter. What the fuck? But it's definitely there to kill by precision rifle.
I think this tier list is literally just like A tier is does from front, B tier is does from back, C tier is doesn't do.
I think you could argue that B tier being like does from back at good range,
does
and
from back with range,
and C tier is like does from back close, and then like niche is can kill in theory, which is like 3 weapons, I think.
Wait, hold the juice box. Revo can one-shot Charger Scouts?
Not one shot. You can back triple hit.
Spam.
That's what I meant. Like it can kill.
Yes.
Okay.
Takes you like 0.2 seconds.
Is there any special weapon that can stagger them out of a scream before
combat shotgun
killing them? Combat can? Okay.
Combat shot he does.
So that's why that's there.
But then combat shotgun also just simply 2 shots. So.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. 15 times 2 times 2.
Need all pellets to hit.
Yep.
With max multi.
It is pretty risky. It can do it though. It's better than having like 4 players with knife be there and like
if you're client, you can probably 3-tap and be okay.
If you get a if you get a limp break, it's probably easier. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is literally just the tier list: burst cannon, scattergun, choke, front kill, sniper, rail rifle, high range, and that's just it. There's not really much else for this personally. Let me actually do that, not PVC, but big charge.
No, leave it as that. Leave it as that.
No,
See
frick you.
See what Twitch thinks.
I am not gonna do that. I'm gonna disappear forever. I mean, scattergun, burst cannon, probably hell rifle. Is hell rifle and like hellgun is definitely also up there. Go away, sniper.
Hell rifles, absolute best.
I feel like scattergun is the only one that I can think of that's like absolute best for me, because with burst cannon and with burst cannon at least, with the shot delay now, like if you get jumped by one, scattering you just immediately whip it out and just blast it.
You trade range for speed.
Yeah.
I think it's very fair because both weapons aren't quite as instant, but they can do it at like actual range.
Mm-hmm.
I think
this list is actually pretty well organized.
Yeah, I think Scatter does kind of suffer in the case of like, imagine it's running down a like R71 reactor kind of deal.
Yeah.
When there's a big charger coming at you and you have a scattergun, you're like, don't really want to get tongued running at this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good.
They're just scary.
I think you can put like the other machine guns heavy R as well into niche because they still do something. Well, like revolver, precision rifle, sniper, you just don't want to shoot BBCs at all.
Mm-hmm. I still rate this as the scariest enemy in the game, honestly.
It can be. I just today had a moment where we had a sniper melee only run on our 3D1. We pulled the charge zone. I shot both my bullets and was like, okay, can you cover me? Because we like tandem shot after another. And I was like, yeah. And he was reloading still, and I'm just seeing the charger barreling at me. I'm like,
Okay, Eva, we need to take your turns here.
I reload.
Actually,
help. Oh my god! Ah!
Oh!
That's so scary, man. Yeah. Next, Snatcher. I think this mostly just influences like Hell Rifle, Hellgun due to their burst.
Is burst cannon good against them?
It's alright.
Yeah, I mean Scattergun. I think Scattergun is by far the best. There's
Still
nothing.
king.
You 2-tap them, you always stagger, unless you choke. And
don't.
Only danger is shooting your teammate.
Well, yeah, but like listen,
when the
they just got
not going for you, and you're just like, sorry, man. You have to take one for the team.
Listen, they would have been grabbed anyways, so you're just saving them.
Honestly, you could put Sniper, Hot Take in at least niche.
Sniper gets the stagger.
Use it one-shot staggers.
I think combat shotgun, and high cal all bump a tier. I think combat shotgun is decent. Like, because I think range matters a lot less now.
Oh wait, they ignore stagger multis?
Yeah, completely.
That's why hell
Oh.
shotgun sucks for them.
Cool,
Also, why
good to
combat
know.
shotgun is not that great. You need to triple tap and not get armor and not miss quite often.
Why do they do that?
I'm fairly sure the reason that they work that way is that they are not able to be staggered. It's not a real stagger. It just checks when they decide they're going to go after somebody. It just keeps track of how much damage they've taken, and if they've taken too much, it cancels them out of it.
I think Scattergun again
Yep.
top, and then like Choke Mod, Burst Cannon have insane burst while having decent range. Shotgun, High Cal don't have the best range, but they can burst enough. Like, well, Sniper can stagger. It doesn't really do anything after that. Hell Rifle, Hellgun, Combat Shotgun can stagger, but they're not great at it. But if there's nothing else that I'm forgetting, then we go into the first mini-boss enemy, which is...
You forgot spitters.
I am gonna shoot you. I'm gonna go to Mothers. I mean, honestly, we can leave
Yeah,
that
you
for
spitters,
best.
Spitters,
three
then
is
it
already-
just becomes a flashlight meta.
Yeah.
The top 3 is already clear.
Rifle, rise up.
Honestly, I disagree, True. I think Shotgun is the second best at this point.
Actually, yeah.
Like, it's
I mean,
better
kind of the
than
top
Burst
3
Cannon.
move, but
So yeah, like, there's not much. I mean, Sniper... Let me say
I don't know
this.
about-
No other weapon is slower than a singular sniper at killing a mother.
Wait, so doesn't that mean that like it should definitely be in the don't? Oh, I guess
Yeah.
with a team, it's
Even in a
technically
team,
fine,
though, you're better off shooting with any 30 damage weapon at every time. You're better off shooting with, like, Hellgun. 2 Hellgun shots are worth as much as a sniper shot, basically.
Wait. So when you said that it's the slowest weapon to kill birthers, does that include like machine guns and everything?
It includes Hell Auto Pistol and Slug Shotgun and Assault Rifle.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Combat shotgun, I think, should go in decent. And I think precision rifle, actually, should go to good. Precision
Right.
rifle is
Question.
tough, it has a
'Cause
really
PR
good
can
bomb
just
damage.
unload. Also,
Quick
keep in
question
mind
about birthers. Are we going about under the mental of just the birther itself, or are we also going under the mental of
Best
she
enemies
potentially
ever got
getting a birth off?
Babies.
That's what I was
I
about
think
to
we
say.
differentiate that.
Say,
I think we differentiate that, but this is just for killing the birther.
Okay,
this
so
is
just
for killing
assuming
the birther.
babies are
Got it.
not in the equation at all, it's just kill birther. Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, Sniper, unironically, one of the worst weapons to fight a normal mother with. You're better off shooting it with machine gun.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we can rank like babies as like we're obviously not ranking them as their own enemy, but like ranking them as like in the context of wave
We
clearing
can just
from
say
a birther.
baby wave, because in 99% of all situations, you're gonna find babies with a mother anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, baby waves, I mean, it shifts, basically the whole thing turns on its head from a lot of weapons.
Yeah. You basically want fully automatic weapons with large magazines, pierce weapons,
Except-
or
yeah.
maybe even just... I mean, even shotguns can be decent. You just don't want to shoot too quickly.
shotgun.
You kind of want to let
Can we
a
get-
few
yeah.
spawn in, then shoot, and then a few more, and then shoot. So you have to space it out a
Honorary
little bit.
mention, honorary mention of Hell Shotgun and the absolute best here. I'd put Veruda in absolute best. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like it, I love it. Just clearing
You
because
need
she
to hit
spawns it as fast
headshots,
as
though.
it shoots.
You need to hit headshots.
Well, yeah, but if you don't, you just hit it again and it's dead. And you don't have to worry about ghost babies anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's really good, honestly, yeah. But, like, the thing with heavy AR, why I would rank it higher personally, is you just one-tap every single baby. With no, like, thought about it.
Also, their heads are so massive, it's kind of hard not to hit headshots if you like aim at their head level instead of their body level.
God, I hate it when they eat.
Because if you spawn camp them,
Users.
I don't think Hellgun is absolute best. I think
I
Pump
also think
Shotgun-
Scattergun belongs
Hellgun is
higher
not
than
absolute best.
Scattergun could be indecent.
I think
Pump Shotgun is best.
It's
Pump Shotgun
niche,
is
yeah.
absolute
I
best.
agree, niche.
Niche. Okay.
On host with the asterisk for absolute best on Pump Shotty.
Even on client, it is not that bad. I'm gonna be honest.
It's
I've used
not
it a
that
few
bad.
times
honestly,
on
combat
client.
shotgun should be better now in most situations there.
No, Pump Shotgun is just better. I don't know why, but Pump Shotgun is just better.
Okay, I trust
It's
you,
one
but I
pellet.
love that answer. I don't know why, but it is.
I just know
It's,
in my experience of using it, pump shotgun can solo clear like most baby waves, even Pmon baby wave. It can do like most of the babies because it's so good at it. And combat shotgun can't do that as much. It runs out of ammo a little too quickly.
But like, can I say,
Yeah, I can see that.
Revolver is ass. It's
yeah.
better than High Cal, but it's so bad. I had to do it today
Yeah.
on Pmon. Not fun.
Because the thing you gotta keep in mind with babies is the moment, like, while they're all grouped up underneath that birther, it's not too bad. But the moment you have to reload is the moment you give them enough time for them to scatter. So Revolver, it's like, yeah, you get maybe 6 kills, and then you've got 20 babies everywhere around you, and now you're trying to hit little midgets moving quickly with a precise weapon, and that just
That's
does
why I
not
think
work
scattergun
well.
is decent, honestly, because if you just unload into the baby pile.
I think you need to be host for it.
Scattergun is kind of in the same area, like logic of shotgun, but the problem is you only have 2 shots, and if you wait, yeah, it's got a lot of spread and a good amount of damage, but if you wait, the timing would have to be so precise, I guess. You'd have to wait just long enough that there's a lot of the babies spawned in, but if you wait even half a second longer, they will start pushing each other and spread out too much to the point where you're going to not hit most of them with the scattergun.
Yeah, I don't think
like,
it's a super
if you
precise
can land it,
timing.
it's really good. But the
Yeah.
timing, I think, is just too risky. I would never value
really?
it over like a shotgun.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the thing is with scattergun as well, is that why are you shooting babies? Like, it does well against it, but
If
why are
you do
you
a
shooting the
panic move,
babies?
but yeah, most of the time you should probably just
Yeah.
kill Mom or Pmon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You should also keep into consideration the fact that babies don't only come from birthers. We have had quite a few levels where zones have tons of babies in them. So I think that should also affect like some of the things, like pump shoddy, great for birthers. I would never take a pump shoddy to deal with a level that has a ton of babies in it that are just naturally sleeping, because at that point you don't have them all like grouped together really closely. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, if we're talking guns only,
I
feel like that underrates shotgun. I feel like if you just kite like even a little bit, or even if you're just like in a situation where the babies happen to group up, it'll kind of shred.
You could very easily get double
Yeah.
kills. Like, it's basically striker double kills, but very regularly. Because you can shoot at such a high range as well. You just need to grace them. And personally, for scattergun, the reason I wouldn't want to have it in decent, yes, it can do good at killing like a bunched up group, even without a mom. But if there's a mom, do not shoot the babies. And that's the don't here. Like, if you're shooting babies, you're trolling. For Arbalest, I remember a discussion where somebody said that you're shooting slightly too fast by just shooting to accurately kill each baby. So you're missing shots, and thus babies are allowed to technically roam free. But I don't know if that's true.
I know that's true for Rita. I'm not sure about Arbalest.
Like, I think with the root it matters less because you're shooting so much into it that even if they get loose, you just kind of keep spraying. But with if you like miss a shot, that is just doing nothing. As the next shot takes longer. But outside of Arbalest being questionably maybe also very good, and like short rifle, precision rifle, I don't think much changes. Like combat shotgun, Hellgun are very good, but don't solo clear baby waves. Harv, Aruda, and Shotgun most of the time do. Honestly, the only main that completely invalidates this as well, Hell Shotgun. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we could rank others, but it's not worth it because in most scenarios it's just Hell Shotgun.
Yeah.
The one thing that could be talked about is do not take full autos and shoot babies on main. You're gonna most of the time leave headless babies, especially like heavy, like hell auto pistol.
Really, burst rifle? Maybe? No.
What do you mean burst rifle? Also, rifle is pretty good, actually. Also, one taps, you can kill 16 babies if you're doing it well.
14.
Rifle, pistol, Hell Revo are probably all fine.
Hell auto pistol's also probably decent at least.
No, I haven't tried it.
You guys are sleeping on the host, sort of.
As somebody who has used Hell Auto Pistol a lot, actually, on birthers, I will say Yeah, it is very true. You do pop the heads off and you leave headless babies, but as long as you are just full autoing and aiming slightly lower, it's actually not too bad because you do kill a majority of the babies all by yourself before they start running around just because of the stagger and the high rate of fire. So it's actually not too horrible. Plus, really quick reload. Yes, there will be survivors, but you can kill them. I've actually soloed birthers as the only person shooting the babies with nothing but hell out of pistol.
We have 2, right?
Does AR do headless babies?
Yeah,
headless
according to FN, every full auto does.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they have very low head multi. They only have.
Oh, I'm once again confusing it with the other AR. My bad.
But yeah, I think Hell Shotgun obviously definite standout. Honestly, it's better than a lot of main special weapons against babies. It's just crazy how much power it has with the pen plus damage. Plus very big mag.
If only they buffed AR.
Nah, that would never happen. Why would they do that?
I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
Hush.
DTR actually kind of okay for babies, surprisingly.
Oh, true. That as well. It has, well, not the issue, I guess. It has the issue of like firing too quick, and so likely missing some shots if you're not getting the perfect rhythm, probably. But it has the right damage as well, and decent enough max size. But aside from that, I don't think there's really much to add, and this would bring us to the next mini-boss, which I'll give it straight. Tank is not that different, I guess, for like, actually, not from the baby, but from the mom scenario. Like, Scattergun is absolutely crazy. Let me move this around again so it's no longer absolutely troll on some things. First kind of moves up, obviously.
I'd say precision rifle could go up to good.
Where was that? Choke mod.
Is sniper actually good against tanks still?
It is safe, but
is it?
It's
safe, consistent damage, but it's very slow.
It's
and also
better.
Not better than versus mum.
It's pretty similar to precision rifle, and I would probably put both of those into decent and like something like this as a baseline. Like Scattergun, especially if you have 2, just instantly delete tank. Choke mod is very safe, same as burst cannon. Shotgun has good damage, can play like a bit medium, and like precision rifle, sniper are slower.
I would argue precision rifle should be good, I'll be honest.
Precision rifle is good.
Because it's good damage, and you have the safety of distance, and even if you're in dark or foggy areas, that thermal scope helps out tremendously. Because a lot of issues I've seen with certain other guns is if you're finding pitch black darkness, some of the like really good guns like burst cannon, I think, might be wrong on that one, but they don't have a good enough flashlight to really see a tank from a distance in darkness. Precision rifle, you don't have that issue.
It's actually a decently good point. I'm having R7D2 flashbacks on the way back when the lights go out. My team always did tanks, and I know for a fact when I was running it when burst cannon was back out, it felt really difficult to hit the tanks sometimes because it's just so hard to see in the darkness.
Please keep in mind host's clan privilege, especially if this will be posted. Yeah, I mean, for host, you basically just go, okay, shotguns are all worse. Everything else is just kind of eh. Like, if you're host and you really want to kill tanks, you probably pick precision rifle if you really want to be sure. Also, what True said is actually true.
For the precision rifle, it's 18 bullets to kill the tank, so you're 2 mag in it. It's pretty good. If you shoot a mag and it's half, like, you're doing your job. You're doing well.
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, precision rifle is insane for tanks. That's why I love taking that thing in R4E1, honestly. It's probably one of the best guns you can take for that
the
level.
visibility is horrible sometimes if you're not the fastest team. The one negative is you are suffering from not being able to see tank licks until they happen. And for good players this doesn't matter because you can estimate tank lick and just go into cover during it or like stagger it with other teammates. But more average players will struggle with it and will get licked. It's the same with like shooter projectiles. It is very rough to play against if you don't.
I was gonna say unless it's unless it's licking you like in a weird way when it's turned around. Like whenever it turns toward you is usually when I at least like start taking cover. But I don't start when I hear it starting to lick. But
I mean, to be honest, if it does the thing where it's looking the complete opposite direction and it's about to lick you anyway, even without the guns, half the time you're not going to notice it because you're not going to see it glowing, so you won't realize
I hate when that happens.
So I would definitely say, yeah, precision rifle is really good for it. I would honestly, okay, yeah, I was gonna say I would put it higher than burst cannon shotgun, to be honest. Choke mod, I don't know. I have very little experience using choke mod nowadays, so I can't really speak
pretty
on
good.
that one. Choke mod has a decent flashlight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd say choke mod's pretty good for it.
Compared to like normal Mother, due to the high HP pool, and specifically higher tumor HP pool, I mean Scattergun still should be at the top right, but personally, Sniper at least moves into the good tier. It's definitely not the better ones of the good. You still suffer from like low DPS, but doing 626 damage every time you unload on any range is quite nice, especially because in a lot of scenarios you either have a slow door opening and like ability to like shoot before, or it's with a tank, so you want to keep your distance sometimes.
Yeah. Sniper is slightly worse. We already had it in Don't for Birthers, I think.
Yeah, it deserves Don't there.
It's slightly worse, it's in Sniper tier.
What a otherwise good weapon.
I also think choke mod kind of moves slightly down because the reload starts mattering a lot more.
Mm.
Yeah. I feel like Combat Shotty just isn't as good with Pmother, but that could just be me.
Do we think is Sniper better than precision rifle though? For
I do not think so. I honestly think Sniper's decent at best.
I feel like it is better than PR.
Oh, actually, wait, no, because the high damage and the high health, yeah, I guess. Sniper's...
Are you wasting none of your damage versus like Mom, where you waste all of not all,
you do waste damage.
So
like
much damage.
9?
Yeah, but the reason I'm thinking is like with DPS, because we were saying, you know, lengthy reloads start to feel a bit more like it, or that was the argument we were making. Like,
no, Sniper's better. Sniper's better. PR takes like the slightly more per magazine, but it takes longer to empty the magazine, and it's way easier to just pop one tumor and then shoot the next one and then reload, whereas PR having to like hit the same tumor 5 times and then go to the next one basically.
Okay. Yeah, that was just the thing I wanted to double check.
It's also why I think shotgun is better. It just bursts the Pmother a lot better than PR does, and burst matters a lot here. I'm unsure if where I would rank burst cannon compared to sniper and shotgun. In this case, like it's definitely in good. The weapon still has great boss killing and all, but
I've killed a few Pmothers with burst cannon even after the rework to the burst. It definitely doesn't feel as good as it used to, but it still feels pretty solid. So
the mag size is kind of big for it.
Yeah, it helps out a lot there.
It feels like it's become an off killer, like a support boss killer, similar to like shotgun in most cases, where sniper is still stuck in this. It can't really support. Like, I mean, it does because it doesn't do it more, but those other weapons just continuously do something. Where sniper basically does the same thing, but just very quickly. Whereas scattergun absolutely annihilating any boss HP pool in its burst. Like, what is I think at the moment. Scattergun in 2 shots is like 900 something, while Sniper does like 626. And
Scattergun's got a way faster reload and less shot delay anyways, so...
Plus it staggers if it needs to. Which isn't always great, but... I mean, 2 Scatterguns and 2 Hell Revos can completely one-cycle Ep-Mother.
Scatter's dealing 1,100 damage with 2 shots.
Oh right, it's the buff version. Sorry, I was calculating with the old one. I am so sorry. This was old R6 stats I was talking about. Yeah, never mind.